Hello there. Somehow I doubt these Ferry Fiasco missing documents will dent the SNP, Sturgeon or their election fortunes one iota. It's sad that a situation where government documents covering part of a £250 million ferry contract go missing and hardly anyone's blinking an eyelid. And Nicola Sturgeon's response of it being a regrettable situation is less than acceptable. In fact, it's totally unacceptable. But it's hard to see these days when an SNP government will ever be held properly to account. Now, this particular matter revolves around the question of why Scottish ministers went ahead and granted the ferry contract to Ferguson Marine despite concerns raised by CMAL, Caledonian Maritime Assets Limited, which is the Scottish Government's own ferry procurement body. To override those concerns would require a written authority in the form of a ministerial direction, signed obviously by a minister. And the auditors say that other paperwork suggests there was a ministerial direction that has not been properly recorded. And therefore the auditors say that they can't establish the grounds on which the contract had been signed off. But former Labour First Minister of Scotland, Lord Jack McConnell, is pressing for a police investigation into the matter, and he also tweeted, "I'm sure that when we wrote and then passed the Freedom of Information Act, we included clauses to make the destruction or removal of official documents a crime. I hope the BBC and Auditor General are asking Police Scotland to investigate." And the Tory leader in Scotland, Douglas Ross, said, "It's simply not good enough for the First Minister to merely wring her hands and express regret that this key document has apparently gone missing." You do have to wonder exactly whose signature is on the document, don't you? And also why there are no copies. And how about the draft in the computer system? Surely someone remembers it. If there was one, of course. Unlike Boris Johnson, Sturgeon has avoided the repercussions of breaking her own pandemic restrictions and will probably walk away from this stinky little mess as well. And what's the betting voters reward her with loads of SNP councillors in May? But I've got to say that Sturgeon does look very tired and haggard these days, doesn't she?